This is a CPR Radio News Moment. Texas Senator Ted Cruz spoke Wednesday night at a town hall teleconference. This is what he said.
It's a fight that we have gotten to because of your leadership, because of your passion. But let me be very clear. The Democrats have been explicit. They want to use this fight to kill the Tea Party. That is what they have said. They believe the men and women on this call are anarchists, are terrorists, are Al-Qaeda, are Taliban, have bombs strapped to our chest. Those are the descriptions that elected Democrats and media pundits have used to describe all of us. I think those descriptions are offensive. I think they are grotesque. Men and women on this call are patriots who love America with all your heart, who love freedom, who love the Constitution, and want to get back to the incredible free market principles that have helped this nation become the most incredible nation in the history of the world, the greatest land of opportunity planet Earth has ever seen. But the stakes are right now.
The opening of the Obamacare exchanges has met with considerable amount of disappointment throughout the United States. The state of Kentucky has 5% enrollment, the highest in the nation, but many states have less than 1% enrollment. In the state of Kansas, U.S. Secretary Sebelius' home state, nobody has enrolled in Obamacare who was uninsured prior to the opening of the exchanges.
Mr. Speaker, at 12:01 a.m. this past Tuesday morning, I attempted to sign up for Obamacare. It's now been 60 hours, and I've still not been able to successfully navigate the online marketplace. Error message after error message. Failed security standards, and 60 hours on website hold for just this one Kansan. It is clear Obamacare is failing. An embarrassment, particularly for the former Kansas governor, who is now in charge of Obamacare, but of course refuses to live under it herself. My office recently spoke with one of the insurers in Kansas who told us that not one of the 365,000 uninsured Kansans successfully signed up for insurance on the Obamacare exchanges the first day. Although Senator Harry Reid and all the Senate Democrats, Kathleen Sebelius, and the President himself refuse to live under Obamacare, the rest of America doesn't have that privilege. This is yet another example of why we need to get rid of Obamacare. It's unpopular, unaffordable, and unworkable. I yield back.
In general, most states have less than 1% of people enrolled. The Daily Caller reports that the new phone number for Obamacare help with the Health and Human Services is 1-800-318-2596. That's right. It spells out 1-800-FUCK-YOU. That's right, 1-800-FUCK-YOU. That's the number for Obamacare. Representative Duffy of Wisconsin was assaulted outside the Capitol building. A stranger screamed and grabbed the U.S. representative, who's a Republican from Wisconsin. Apparently, he is required by law to report this to the U.S. House Security. Sean Moran, Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council, recently gave an interview where he warned that Border Patrol agents are being told to stand down. What he told Breitbart News, it doesn't matter whether it's drugs, bodies, or how large the group is. Our agents are being ordered to stand down by Border Patrol management, said Moran. I have received reports from agents in every single sector from San Diego to the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, and they are receiving these orders. They are not being relieved in place. They are simply being told that someone else is being dispatched, but none of us has seen that occur, he explained. We are simply being ordered to stand down and stop tracking and trying to apprehend the criminals. Interesting. Of course, we all know what this means. With less Border Patrol security, it means more illegal immigrants, more drug smuggling, more gun walking is going on. In the ongoing disaster in Japan, the operator of Japan's crippled Fukushima nuclear plant said Thursday another tank holding highly contaminated water overflowed, sending the liquid into the Pacific Ocean. This is the second such breach in less than 2 months. China last week conducted a test of the maneuvering satellite that captures another satellite in space during what Pentagon officials say was a significant step forward for Beijing's space warfare program. The satellite capture took place last week and involved one of 3 small satellites fitted with a mechanical arm that were launched July 20th as part of a covert anti-satellite weapons development program. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin gave misleading information in a speech on the Senate floor. In a speech in response to Ted Cruz, he said, "I've had a situation in my family, a child, who had serious physical problems, who could not have qualified for group health insurance available to me as a member of Congress. If I had gone to the open market to buy a policy, I'm not sure I could have bought one for my family to cover my child." In 1982, Christine, his daughter, was 14 when Durbin was elected to Congress. But prior to that time, Senator Durbin worked for the state of Illinois. He had health insurance the whole time, and obviously she was covered. In fact, Durbin sent his daughter to a very expensive Children's Memorial Hospital for care, and U.S. taxpayers paid for that. It was a state-of-the-art facility in Chicago. So when Senator Durbin says things, you really need to fact-check them. He's not always straightforward, and he will twist facts in order to make his case and prevail. Artist John McNaughton is standing up for gun rights in his latest painting, titled Stand Your Ground, a controversial law brought into the limelight when George Zimmerman fatally shot Trayvon Martin in Sanford, Florida. His work depicts a man dressed in a soldier's fatigues, holding an assault rifle and an American flag. Naughton said, "America is about freedom. We believe in strong families, patriotism, God, and justice. We won't bother you if you don't bother us." Well, that's the way it should be. Naughton previously painted Barack Obama trampling the Constitution and burning it, and wanted to show why gun ownership is important in this country. This is Allison Martinez, CPR Radio Network.